Hello, this is Godwin Iwin. Um, Today I want to talk about this very dark man, my guy. I like that guy, he's a good guy. If I were the Falanas, I wouldn't have taken up that case. I wouldn't have taken VDM to court. I would have just left everything the way it is, and soon it's going to fade out. Everybody we know the truth, and we understand how it works. The prison system, the EFCC, we understand. Everybody know the truth. So if I were the Falanas, I would just stay away from. I wouldn't even respond to any of the allegations. I would just leave it the way it is. Because the more you talk about it, the more you respond, the more people believe in the allegation. That is how it works. And the surprising thing is that nobody is actually focusing on what's his name? Bobrisky. Bobrisky is actually the actor, the main actor in this scene. He is the main actor. Nobody is talking about him. But I have the feeling that if anybody focus or they focus on Bobrisky is going to spill more. He's going to say more. That is why nobody is really focusing on him. Like I said, from wisdom perspective, if I were the Falanas, I would not pursue that case. I would just leave it the way it is. You already have your reputation. Even if Bobrisky paid you, you are a lawyer. You can charge, and even if you promised him the presidential pardon, it's allowed. So I would have just, if I would have just left it the way it is, I would respond, because the more you respond, the more you implicate yourself. But yeah, that's the side. A lot of people, they don't really understand the psychology behind what this guy is doing. This very dark man. Very dark man has a lot of support. Look at I was checking the donation, 202 million 683,119 and 49 kobo. That's over 202 million has been donated to his NGO. And if you look at the donations, they're like 200 naira, 100 naira. The highest money there from the highest single donation there was from Don Jazzy, 100 million. So if you try to understand this guy, you will know that a lot of people like this guy, including me. I like him. He's a very good guy. I like the way he's I like the way he's being sincere, and he's very open and very accountable. If you understand this from my perspective, you will just leave this guy alone, and just leave him alone. People like him. A lot of people like this guy. The guy will not, even if you take him to court, he will not lose. And even if he loses the case and you send him to prison, he's been there before. He doesn't have any problem with that. So people should be mindful of, because everything is bringing out, they are from from people that were affected. For example, the audio recording is from the guy that had a conversation with Bobrisky. If the House of Rep, if they really want to dig in, they should call that guy, and that guy can, if that guy is available, he will confirm the audio and I believe he's going to do that. There's another guy that had a similar conversation with Bobrisky. So, Bobrisky, the problem he has is that he cannot keep quiet. It's a way of like bragging. I didn't go to prison and all those stuff. A lot of people do that and they get away with it. Some people will do it and will not get away with it. The problem is that you are owing someone and the person asks for the money, you don't want to pay back. You are trying to blackmail the guy, So that's the problem. That's where the problem came from. Nobody would have heard of this. And maybe it's a way of God opening up these people's secret, But however, I think people should be focusing on the substance, which is Bobrisky. What Bobrisky said, allegedly anyway. People should be focusing on that, and they should be focusing on investigating the money they said he paid to EFCC and the allegation that he didn't go to prison. Was lodged in an apartment. So people should be focusing on that, and if Nigeria is going to get better one day, it should start from somewhere. A friend of mine told me, he said Africa is not going to change. I believe him. It's not going to change. I don't think Africa is going to change. Look at Nigeria, the trajectory from Buhari. Buhari destroyed that country and he gave it to Tinubu. Although I don't really like Tinubu. The problem is not really Tinubu. The problem is from Buhari. Buhari, it was a disaster. The guy destroyed that country because he hasn't got any clue. He had an agenda, and his agenda was to enrich his people. That was what he came to do. He didn't bother about fixing anything. And apart from that, he didn't have any clue of what was going on in Nigeria. So he's the problem of Nigeria. He was the one that destroyed Nigeria beyond repair. Not Tinubu. I know Tinubu is also contributing in a way, but there are things that need to change. And if you want to change these things, you have to bring in people that understand what they are supposed to do, not people that are loyal to you because of political affiliation. You bring people that are qualified, technical in those areas. They will be able to fix the problem of Nigeria. The problem of Nigeria is it's not something that cannot be fixed. It can be fixed. You just need the right people. People that really want to change the country. For me, I believe Nigeria will not change. I believe Africa will not change. It's going to be the same leadership. Not even leadership, the same kind of set of people, rulers, dictators. These are the people that will continue to lead Africa. And part of the problem is not just African people. The foreign powers, they are still behind the problem of Africa. They don't want Africa to grow. Because the day Africa, truly attain that independence, because we are not independent at the moment. We are still being colonized. The day we attain that true independence is when we have people that can stand up and change things. They will change it. But the people we have now, they can't change anything. If Tinubu want to change anything, America, they will bring up his case. They bring up his case. So these foreign power, they support people. There are people that know they can't do anything, they can't perform. They know these people, they support them. They help them, get there. Because they know that they can continue exploiting Africa without any problem. during Buhari, you recall the amount of oil that was being stolen from Nigeria. You know, and Buhari was aware. He knew about this theft. He knew about it. So Buhari was a disaster. That's my point. Buhari was a big disaster. One, he didn't have a clue. And secondly, he came for a purpose. And his purpose was actualized to enrich his own people. That was why he came. He didn't come to fix anything. He didn't come to change anything. So, like I said, Nigeria will not change and Africa will not change. The only people that will change Nigeria are supposed to be the youth. Look at the youth. Look at the youth. Ethnicity. Religion has damaged their brains. Because this person is Yoruba, you see Yoruba, they will not want to support the best person. Because this person is Hausa, they will not want to support the other tribes. So this is the problem. The people that are supposed to change Africa or Nigeria, which are the youths, their brains have been damaged by religion or ethnicity. And these people will not be able to change Nigeria, So it's going to be a big problem, and we'll just continue living like that until God calls everybody, because Nigeria is not going to change. It's going to get worse, It's going to get worse. So everybody should be prepared. Youth that are supposed to be standing up with one voice. Look at the way they messed up during election, killing themselves because of maybe 10,000 or 20,000 naira. Are those people ready to change the country? They are not ready to change the country. So we just continue to live like that until God calls everybody, because Nigeria will not change and Africa will not change. So if I were the Falanas, like I said from the beginning, I would not pursue this case. I would just drop it and forget about it. Soon it's going to die down, and nobody will remember that again. Anyway, VDM, just know that you have another fan here. Continue on your good work. You're a good guy. I like what you're doing. This is Godwin Ivan.